University of Maine women's basketball team playing in the America East semifinals today at the pit. As you can see, there's tons of people here. They're everywhere. They're all over the place.
Tournament 2019 is underway. Day one in the books in Bangor.
The Hawks have 3 different generations of the same family helping out with this team, and they all have the same last name, Reed. The Deer Isle Stonington girls were undefeated last year going into the tournament as well.
State championship basketball Saturday, 4 games at both the Bangor and Portland sites. The Eagles are 9-1, and pitching has been the catalyst.
Red Gendron seems to know what he has, but he's going to find out like everyone else.
UMaine football wrapped up spring ball yesterday with the Jeff Cole Memorial Spring Game.
It's a terrible day here at the University of Maine where a football player has collapsed and later died. They went through it this morning, and just 18 years of age, just starting his college football dream. As you see, they're coming out of the tunnel and they're getting ready to go out onto the field for the season opener, Black Bears Wildcats.
UMaine football off to the national semifinals, and part of the preparations this week is a 6-hour flight. The national semifinals are the final stop for the University of Maine football team falling today at Eastern Washington. I'm Eric Gullickson. Make today great.
1, go!
For 40 years, the St. George River Race has been the kickoff race in the area.
40 is a big number. We've been doing this for a long time. It's been a great fundraiser for the Y. It supports children's programming.
Dale Cross organized and competed in it for nearly all of those races.
Done 38. Oh, it's changed quite a bit, but you know, the group that's paddling hasn't changed that much. We're starting to see some of the families come out. The kids that were babies now are paddling. Now they're having babies, and it's really neat to see.
It's a warm-up race for some paddlers.
Oh, I haven't been in a canoe in a year. This is the get ready race. It's nice and short. 1 hour and you're done. It's my 10th year canoe races. So yeah, I started with a kayak and then I just made the switch to canoes because kayak's boring. I mean, you're by yourself. It's much better to have a buddy to talk to.
Others have been training on the river for weeks, eager to get back out and race.
Just so great to have the annual opportunity to bring people out and get them together, get them out of the cold winter and into the rivers, and I just love it. I've loved it for years.
While for others, it's actually their first race.
This is my first year paddling. This is my first race, and I don't 100% trust my partner, so we'll dunk probably, but it's all right. So I'm a little nervous, but I'm kind of excited.
And like Daisy expected, swimming was part of it.
It's harder than I expected, but I think it's still a lot of fun, and I think we have a good community here.
And she's become part of that community that races on the weekends.
It's where a lot of people get their start. Whitewater racing is at this race and next week at the Passy.
And trains together for the big race, the Kenduskeag Extreme, in just a few weeks.
I always wanted to do the Kenduskeag, and then I was just like, well, I'm going to do it this year. And I did, yeah. And then we just kept going.
I started feeling something kind of odd going on and detected a bump and got it checked out here on campus in Cutler. And they told me that it was cancer.
Caleb called head coach Nick Durba, who immediately went to help his player.
It's really an experience you'd never want to have.
The next day, Curbs flew home to New York City, had surgery within a week. Recovery took about 7 weeks after that.
Things happened really quickly. I was really grateful that I was with some of the best doctors in the world.
You know, the cancer never spread, which was, you know, obviously the best case scenario.
In the summer, Caleb went on a soul-searching trip to Israel.
Really grateful that I caught cancer early, and I needed some time to figure out what I was going to do with that information. And I chose to spread some awareness. I know that's a really important topic that's not really discussed a lot.
With the help of his coaches, teammates, and the school, they made a series of videos to strike out the stigma.
Really, it's just about education for self-check, and it applies to everybody. It's not just for men with testicular cancer.
Most happy about how my team responded to me wanting to do something like that, because it's definitely out of a lot of people's comfort zone. So everyone was on board.
The videos got tremendous attention on social media. Curbs was contacted by the president of the Testicular Cancer Foundation.
He's in touch with Chad Bettis, starting pitcher for the Colorado Rockies. And Chad texted me and sent me a little video just talking to me. It was nice for him to reach out and connect, and we had that common, you know, diagnosis.
And just like Bettis, Curbs is back on the field.
The first game that I came back, I did really well. And the first ball that was hit to me, I made a diving play, and I was like, I was so thankful to be back on the field and be able to, help my team and make plays like that. And it felt really, really good to be back.
UMaine basketball teams both taking on Hartford in America East Conference action. The men falling on the road 81-73. Oxford Hills grad Andrew Fleming had 16 points and 10 rebounds in the game. UMaine women hosting Hartford for senior night. Their Play for K game as well, and first place on the line. Black Bears were fierce tonight. Doris Saar with 19 points and 6 assists as Maine were up by 7 at the half. They brought out some of those breast cancer survivors for their Play for K game, and they're going to raffle off those jerseys for some money. A big second half for the Black Bears. They stretched it to double figures. Blanca Milan had 15 points, 5 blocks, but the night was about the seniors. Van Buren native Paris Rosignol had 18 points and 6 rebounds, a huge night for her, and senior Tanisha Sutton leading the way, a game-high 24 points and 9 rebounds, as Maine wins 78-58. They now have sole possession of first place in the conference after winning their 7th straight America East game.
Man, this is the last time, like the last home game or whatever, so you know, it was quite a feeling. I mean, I know Paris just wanted to get out and really play her heart out, so I mean, that's all it was about, just playing our heart out.
Hope you're going to have a good game, so it was nice that me and Tanisha both could. And then just the people we get to spend it with.
Yeah.
Our teammates made a nice video for us in the locker room before, and you know, we're just surrounded by a lot of special people, so it was a fun night.
Well, great news for Hamden Academy senior basketball player Mark Hutchings. He's been medically cleared to play. Now we just got to find out if he can. Early last month, Hutchings was badly hurt when he rolled over a plow truck he was driving. Hamden plays its quarterfinal game this Saturday. We wish them luck. Brewer facing Hamden hockey on senior night for the Witches. Witches backup goalie Cody Monroe skating out so he could play in the senior game. You got to love that effort as he gets the shot there. Well, Broncos strike quickly. Cooper Leland is going to set up a rebound for Caleb Hale, and the freshman puts it home. 1-0 Hamden after one. They would win this one 2-1 in overtime, and Hale had both goals. Well, earlier this week, we showed you how the Skowhegan male cheerleaders came to be. Tim Throckmorton brings us part 2 tonight. A group of Skowhegan boys cheered for the girls' tournament basketball team for 6 years in the late 80s and early 90s.